If you have set up RunSignUp's donation feature, as is explained in How to Set Up Basic Donations, then you will have the option to enable fundraising on your donation page. Please note that this feature will not be available to you until after you have set up basic donations. The fundraising feature can be found under the Donations tab by opening up Setup and then Basic Setup. Once here, scroll down to the section for fundraising and select the box for Allow users to become fundraisers. This tutorial will cover basic fundraising setup, waived event fees for fundraisers, fundraiser milestones, fundraiser refunds, and advanced fundraiser settings. Basic fundraising setup. After selecting Allow users to become fundraisers, all of the fundraising fields will be opened up to you. The first of these fields is Allow users to set up new fundraiser teams. The difference between fundraisers and fundraiser teams is as follows. While a fundraiser is a person or entity that collects donations which will be pooled together for a specific charity or charities, a fundraiser team is a collection of fundraisers that will be pooled together for a specific charity or charities. Fundraiser teams allow multiple fundraisers to track their donations together in one fundraising page, while individual fundraisers allow one person or entity to track only the donations that are made to their fundraising page. Please note that the individual fundraisers who are making up the fundraiser teams can all still view their individual fundraiser information from their individual fundraising page. The team fundraiser page will simply allow them to view their information combined with the other individual fundraisers who make up the fundraiser team. Donations that are made to any fundraiser that is a part of a fundraiser team will be attributed to the corresponding fundraiser team as well as the individual fundraiser. However, donations made directly to a fundraiser team will not be attributed to any of the individual fundraisers who make up that team. If you would like to allow for your users to set up new fundraiser teams, then you can check off the box to indicate this. Please note that if you, as the race director, would like to maintain all control over fundraiser team creation, then do not select this box. Leaving this box unselected will restrict users from setting up new fundraiser teams. However, they will still be able to join any existing fundraiser teams. No matter whether you allow or restrict fundraising team creation for users, you as the race director can still create fundraiser teams from the dashboard, as is explained in How to Create Fundraisers/Fundraiser Teams for Race Directors. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will allow users to set up new fundraiser teams. You can require that individual fundraisers join or create a fundraising team, and this will force all fundraisers to join a fundraiser team. It is very important to note that if you have left the previous checkbox unchecked and you do not allow users to create fundraiser teams, then you will need to make sure that you have fundraiser teams created for them to join before saving this setting to require that individual fundraisers join or create a fundraising team. You as the race director can create fundraiser teams for them to join, as is explained in How to Create Fundraisers/Fundraiser Teams for Race Directors. By default, you do not need to register for a race in order to become a fundraiser for that race. If you do not want to allow users to become fundraisers without registering, then you can check off the box for Do not allow new fundraisers without a registration. With this box selected, only registrants of your race will be able to create new fundraisers. In the following table, you will learn how to require fundraiser creation for certain events if you would like to set this up. If you will be setting up this requirement for any of your events, then you can also check off the box for If a registrant selected an event that requires a fundraiser, hide the setup form and automatically create their individual fundraiser. This will cause anyone who signs up for an event that requires that all participants must become a fundraiser to have a fundraiser be set up for them automatically. With this box selected, the fundraiser will be set up in their name, and they will not be able to edit the settings of their fundraiser until after they have completed the registration process. Please note that if fundraiser teams are allowed, they will still be given the option to set up a fundraiser team during the registration process. If you would like to force all new groups/teams to create new fundraiser teams, then you can turn on this setting here. And if the group creation feature is enabled for your race, as is explained in How to Set Up Race Groups, then anyone who creates a new group will be forced to create a fundraiser team of the same name as well. Please note that if at any time the name of the group is changed, then the name of the fundraiser will be changed as well to match the group, and vice versa. If you have selected the option to force groups to create new fundraiser teams, then you will also be able to check off the box for only allow participants on a race group/team to create or join a fundraiser team. With this option selected, only members of the group that is linked to the fundraiser team will be able to join that fundraiser team. If you have created charities for your race, as is explained in How to Add a Charity, then you can force fundraisers to select a charity that all of the donations collected by their fundraiser will go to. If you will be creating fundraiser types, as will be explained in the upcoming section for Advanced Fundraiser Settings, then you can decide whether these fundraiser types are available to both individual and team fundraisers, only individual fundraisers, or only team fundraisers. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will leave this set as the default of both individual and team fundraisers. In the following table, the first column will list all of the events that you have created for your race. Next to this, you will find the column for Require Fundraiser. If you would like to require that all participants of a specific event must become a fundraiser, then you can check off the box to indicate this for all applicable events. In the column for Fundraiser Minimum, Fee Not Waived, you can designate a minimum amount that the users must agree to collect in order to create a fundraiser. It is important to note that there is a fundraiser minimum column for both Fee Not Waived and Fee Waived. We have just gone over the column for Fee Not Waived, while the column for Fee Waived will be explained in the upcoming section for Waived Event Fees for Fundraisers. The following sections for waived event fees for fundraisers, fundraiser milestones, and fundraiser refunds will be explained in their respective sections of this video. Lastly, if you would like, you can enter in a default fundraiser message. If you enter in a default message here, then all new fundraisers will start out with this message during fundraiser creation. They can then edit or delete this message to suit their fundraiser's needs. This section of the video has now gone over the basic fundraising setup options available on RunSignUp. However, it is recommended that you review all of our advanced setup features as well in order to make sure that your donation setup is fully customized for your specific race. Once you are finished going through your basic fundraiser setup, then you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Save Donation Setup. A confirmation message will then let you know that the changes have been saved. Waived event fees for fundraisers. A common practice for races that raise money for charity is to offer free entry to participants who raise a certain amount of money for the charity. RunSignUp allows you to set up this feature during the fundraiser setup. As long as you have the option for Allow Users to Become Fundraisers selected, then you will find that the Waived Event Fee Settings table is available to you. In the field for Fundraiser Minimum, Fee Waived, you can set the minimum amount of money that each fundraiser must agree to raise in order for them to have their event fee waived. The fundraiser minimum can be the same or different for each of your events. And if you leave this field blank for any of your events, then that event will not be eligible for waived event fees. It is important to note that there is a fundraiser minimum column for both Fee Not Waived and Fee Waived. The Fee Not Waived field was explained in the previous section of this video for basic fundraising setup. The next column is for setting up the donation deadline for waived event fee. If you were setting up waived event fees for fundraisers, then you must enter in a date here to indicate when the final day for collecting this fundraiser minimum will be. Please note that the donation deadline for waived event fee is only a deadline for collecting the fundraiser minimum. Donations can still be made to the fundraiser until the Accept Donations Until date is reached. This donation deadline for waived event fee date will also be the last day when registrants can claim the waived event fee offer. However, they can still create fundraisers after this date, unless otherwise restricted by your race setup. Finally, you have the option to set a number of guaranteed fundraiser entries. This field can be used to guarantee a specific number of waived entries per event, even after the participant cap is met. For instance, if you set this number to 100, then 100 people will be able to agree to the fundraising minimum and claim this waived entry fee, even if the specified event is full. It is important for you to note that this number is the total for the race after the participant cap is met. without participant caps set up, then regardless of whatever number you put in this field, any number of registrants can claim the waived fee until the date set here. To learn more about participant cap setup, please refer to How to Customize Participant Caps. Once you are finished setting up your waived event fees for fundraisers, then you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Save Donation Setup. A confirmation message will then let you know that the changes have been saved, and your waived event fee option for fundraisers will go into effect. Fundraiser milestones. In addition to fundraiser tracking features such as the goal thermometer and the scrolling list of donors, you can add milestones which will display on your fundraiser pages as they reach designated donation amounts. RunSignUp is set up to allow milestones to be indicated on the fundraiser page using a 5-star rating system. However, you do not need to use the 5-star rating system, and you will be able to upload your own custom badges if you would rather use your own unique milestone indicators instead. It is important to note that in order to upload custom badges, you will first need to set up and save your fundraiser milestones here. To begin milestone setup, click on the button for Add a Milestone. This will open up the fields for milestone setup. In the column for milestone amount, enter in the minimum amount that needs to be collected in order for this milestone to be achieved. For instance, if you set this field to $10, then any fundraiser who collects $10 will have reached this milestone, and this will be indicated on their fundraiser page. Next, in the number of stars column, you can decide whether or not you would like to use our 5-star rating system along with your milestone. If you will be using the 5-star rating system, then select the number of stars that you would like to use as an indication for this milestone from the drop-down menu. Once saved, these stars will appear on any fundraiser page that has reached the designated milestone amount. Please note that if you will be using your own custom badges for milestones, then the selection that you make from this drop-down list will be replaced by your badge and it will not be visible. If you have uploaded a custom badge, then fundraiser pages will not display the selected star count that is indicated here. The next column allows you to enter in milestone text. You can use this field to enter in text which will appear on any fundraiser page that reaches the designated milestone amount. Please note again that if you will be using your own custom badges for milestones, then the text that you enter into these fields will be replaced by your badge and will not be visible. If you have uploaded a custom badge, then fundraiser pages will not display the milestone text entered here. You can create as many milestone markers as you would like by clicking on Add a Milestone and repeating the process, and you can remove any unwanted milestones by clicking on the X next to that particular milestone marker. Once you have finished setting up your fundraiser milestones, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Save Donation Setup. A confirmation message will then let you know that the changes have been saved, and your fundraiser milestones will begin to show on any eligible fundraiser page. After saving your fundraiser milestones, then you can go on to create custom badges for your milestones if you would like, as is explained in How to Set Up Advanced Fundraiser Settings. Fundraiser refunds. As an incentive for your fundraisers to collect more donations, you have the option to offer fundraiser refunds. It is important to note that with fundraiser refunds enabled, the refund is only eligible for fundraisers if they are also registrants, and it is only eligible to these registrants if they have selected the checkbox during registration indicating that they would like to receive your custom refund once they reach the goal amount that you will set here. Any registrant who has set up their fundraiser without selecting this box, or any registrant who set up their fundraiser before fundraiser refunds were enabled, will not be eligible for a fundraiser refund. In the fundraiser refund section, you will be able to decide which event or events will be eligible for fundraiser refunds. For each event which you would like to enable fundraiser refunds for, check off the box labeled "Give a refund when this event's registrant's fundraiser reaches a threshold." Once selected, the fundraiser refund fields will be opened up for you. First, decide on the donation amount at which the registrant will be refunded. For instance, if you enter in $500, then the fundraiser will need to collect $500 in order to receive the fundraiser refund. Next, enter in the refund amount, and this will indicate the total amount that any registrant of this event can receive as a fundraiser refund. It is important to note that registrants cannot be refunded any more than the amount that they originally paid on their transaction. For instance, if a registrant signed up for your event at $25 and your refund amount is set to $40, then that registrant can only be refunded $25 and not the full $40. It is also important to note that processing fees will not be refunded. However, any giveaway cost, add-on purchases, and other race purchases that were included on the transaction will be eligible for being refunded. For instance, if a registrant signed up for your race at $25, plus they purchased $20 worth of giveaways and add-ons on the same transaction, then they would receive the full $40 refund since they originally paid $45 for the transaction. This means that they would be refunded the full $25 of the registration cost, as well as $15 worth of their giveaway and add-on fees. The last field in this section allows you to ensure a registration balance that is greater than or equal to a specific amount. For instance, if you ensure a registration balance that is greater than or equal to $10, then this will mean that every registrant of this event who is receiving a fundraiser refund can only receive the maximum amount of the refund being offered that would not bring the registration balance below $10. This setting is useful to make sure that you are not discounting registrants too much in situations where a coupon code or other discount option was already used. For instance, if you had an $80 event and you were offering a refund amount of $50, then any registrant receiving the fundraiser refund would only end up paying $30 for the event after the refund. However, if a registrant signed up for your $80 event using a coupon code for half off, then they would only pay $40 for their original transaction. With a refund amount set at $50, then if this registrant received the fundraiser refund, then their entire registration fee would be refunded. However, to make sure that this fundraiser refund isn't bringing any registrant below $30 after the refund, you can set the ensure registration balance greater than or equal to $30. Now if a registrant signed up for your $80 event using a coupon code for half off and only paid $40, then they would only be eligible for $10 worth of the $50 refund, because after refunding $10, their $40 transaction would have hit the insured registration balance of greater than or equal to $30. As stated previously, please note that processing fees are not refunded, while giveaway and add-on fees, as well as other race purchases, will be factored into the refundable amount. You can create fundraiser refunds for any or all of your events by filling out the fields for each individual event that you wish to offer fundraiser refunds for. It is important to note that if an event is left unchecked, then this event is not eligible for fundraiser refunds, so none of the registrants for this event will be eligible for fundraiser refunds, even if fundraiser refunds are enabled for another event. Once you have finished setting up your fundraiser refunds, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Save Donation Setup. A confirmation message will let you know that your changes have been saved, and your fundraiser refund option will be made available to any eligible registrant who signs up and creates a fundraiser after this point. Advanced Fundraiser Settings. After setting up and saving your basic fundraising setup, waived event fees for fundraisers, fundraiser milestones, and fundraiser refunds, then you will have the option to edit the Advanced Fundraiser Settings. Before clicking on the button for Advanced Fundraiser Settings, it is very important for you to make sure that you have edited and saved all of the necessary settings on this page, which is the basic fundraiser setup page. This is because the options that are found on the Advanced Fundraiser Setup page are dependent on the information that you have entered in here on the basic setup page. Once you have saved your basic setup and you are ready to move on to the Advanced Fundraiser Settings, then you can click on the button here, or you can go to the Donations tab, followed by Setup, and Advanced Fundraiser Setup. For more information on how to set up the Advanced Fundraiser Setup, please refer to How to Set Up Advanced Fundraiser Settings. A written instruction manual is also available for this topic and can be viewed in the How To section of RunSignUp.